Hi everybody. Good evening, afternoon. Good afternoon. Um. So yeah, we are still in Jamaica. Been here for about almost 2 weeks. But yeah, so I just wanted to read Job 9 with you all, and bear with me. I recently lost my voice. My throat was hurting. It's still coming back, but it's still not all the way back. So bear with me. But yes, I have my Bible right here as well. And let's just get on the views. Jamaica. It's nice. But yeah, so see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So Job 9. Yes, I know all this is true in principle. But how can a person be declared innocent in God's sight? If someone wanted to take God to court, would it be possible to answer him even once in 1,000 times? For God is so wise and so mighty, who has ever challenged him successfully? Without warning, he moves the mountains, overturning them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place, and its foundations tremble. If he commands it, the sun won't rise, and the stars won't shine. He alone has spread out the heavens and marches on the waves of the sea. He made all the stars, the Bear of Orion, the Pleiades, and the constellations of the southern sky. He does great things too marvelous to understand. He performs countless miracles. Yet when he comes near, I cannot see him. When he moves by, I do not see him go. If he snatches someone in death, who can stop him? Who dares to ask, what are you doing? And God does not restrain his anger. Even the monsters of the sea are crushed beneath his feet. So who am I that I should try to answer God or even reason with him? Even if I were right, I would have no defense. I could only plead for mercy. And even if I summoned him and he responded, I'm not sure he would listen to me. For he attacks me with a storm and repeatedly wounds me without cause. He would not let me catch my breath, but fills me instead with bitter sorrows. If it's a question of strength, he is the strong one. If it's a matter of justice, who dares to summon him to court? Though I am innocent, my own mouth would pronounce me guilty. Though I am blameless, it would prove me wicked. I am innocent, but it makes no difference to me. I despise my life. Innocent or wicked, it is all the same to God. That's why I say he destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When the plague sweeps through, he laughs at the death of the innocent. The whole earth is in the hands of the wicked, and God blinds the eyes of the judges if he's not the one who does it, who is? My life passes more swiftly than a runner. It flees away without a glimpse of happiness. It disappears with like a swift, perilous boat, like an eagle swooping down on its prey. If I decide to forget my complaints, to put away my sad face and be cheerful, I will still dread all the pain. For I know you will not find me innocent, O God. Whatever happens, I will be found guilty, so what's the use of trying? Even if I were to wash myself with soap and clean my hands with lye, you would plunge me into a muddy ditch and my own filthy clothing would hate me. God is not a mortal like me, so I cannot argue with him or take him to trial. If only there were a mediator between us, someone who could bring us together. The mediator could make God stop beating me, and I would no longer live in terror of his punishment. Then I could speak to him without fear, and I cannot do that in my own strength. That is Job 9. So some verses that stood out to me within this chapter. Um, let's see. Um, 25. My life passes more swiftly than a runner. It flees away without a glimpse of happiness. Um, 30 and 31. Even if I were to wash myself with soap and clean my hands with lye, you would plunge me into a muddy ditch and my own filthy clothing would hate me. 33 and 34. If only there were a mediator between us, someone who could bring us together. The mediator could make God stop beating me, and I would no longer live in terror of his punishment. The mediator, our mediator is the Holy Spirit. Also, verses 6 and 7. He shakes the earth from its place and its foundations tremble. If he commands it, the sun won't rise and the stars won't shine. Let's just show how mighty and powerful God is. 14. So who am I that I should try to answer God or even reason with him? 15. Even if I were right, I would have no defense. I could only plead for mercy. 19. If it's a question of strength, he is the strong one. If it's a matter of justice, who dares to summon him to court? Yeah, those are the main verses that stood out to me in chapter 9 of Job. Yes, and I also welcome you all to read the book of Job, chapter 9, and to share in the comments what verses stood out to you and just your overall takeaway from this chapter. Because this is Job's third speech in response to Bildad and what he said to him in chapter 8. This is his friends, the ones that are blaming him for everything that's happening to him, and making it seem like it's all his doing, his fault, the consequences of his actions, when we all know Job didn't do anything because he was blameless. So yes, I pray y'all are able to spend time with God today. I pray you're having a good day wherever you are, and that you seek God and spend time with him. All right, love y'all. Bye.